Yeah, this match is not good. Trying to find a character I want to fight against and matchup I want to try, because I don't want to like pick the wrong shit in tournament versus stuff. Like, outside of rank, it's like a pain in the ass to get focused matchup experience. Man, what's up, Dougie? You see stupid people on internet saying dumb stuff. Waste your meter. Do it. No, I just kept beating myself. Oh, I didn't. And people are sitting there trying to say that Jordan is not as impressive as LeBron. The fighting game community. There's a lot of people who maybe won once in their lives or didn't win a world championship or whatever, or whatever, making all the, like, just the weird takes, like, oh yeah, man, I value the guy who got second more times than the guy who got first. And then you got people coming in like, well, this time they won, it made this much money. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear that shit. They were the best player on that day. That's just the money that they decided to pay out that day. I know I'm playing sets right now. I'm in the battle hub because I'm just trying to get experience. Not that I don't have the experience, but, you know, I'm trying to make sure, do I want to use this character versus this character? If I fight him in tournament, you know, that's where I'm at right now. For example, I just fought a jury player with Sim, and I'm like, I'm not sure I want to use Sim versus jury, so I was testing out how the match feels. Oh, you thought that was going to do something? Oh no. throw out that super. Oh yeah, what's funny to say is another stat that I have that a lot of people don't got. I'm undefeated in every EVO Grand Final I played. But, oh, you didn't win this game. Was I even in the EVO Grand Final of that game? That's not the stat I'm talking about. I should have been kicked. Yeah, I'm definitely going one and done with it. Once I establish what character I want to use to practice with, because once I go in the wild, I'm just going to be hunting for matchups. Yeah, of course he is. I can just tell. That's what I get for reading chat in the middle, get pressured. It's funny how this game is just dry rush into special moves. That's a bad feeling when you out of drive gauge, somebody just say, you know what, I'm just gonna Yeah, I was trying to figure out what you sent me. But I understand what you mean. Oh, is that a rain? Damn! I was that close. You know what I tried to do right there? Jab DP. Like I was going to fail here. I don't know, man. I know how much people glaze Sagat, but did Sagat win EVO? No. There's a reason he didn't win. Something is off about that character that I can't put my stomach on. I mean, not my stomach, my finger on. That's where fight games are so trash, dude. From the people to the games. Niggas don't want to play. That's why I want it done. Because I'm like, well, what's the point of trying to ask people for matches? It's funny how this dude said a sign that you're washed as a competitive player is that he said a sign of growth is accepting your wash as a competitive player. The dude who said this has never been anything as a competitive player. You've always been washed. What are you talking about? Niggas just be saying shit. Why is this on my timeline? Really? Akuma. See, this is. I already know I don't want to use Bison versus Zangief. This is why ranked is fucking pointless. I want to play versus specific characters just to see which I want to do versus them. And then it's here, play this matchup. And this shit's one bar connection. Who's not going to disconnect? Thank you, dude. That shit is ass. Who wants to play in that? Dude, teleport on the screen.
Here comes a new challenger. You must crush them.
Modern Melissa. Dude, look at this connection. Bro, come on. Why are we even playing the match? Look at the bar under the number 81. It's literally Wi-Fi and it's a dot. Like, no one's trying to play in this, dude. Why does it keep matching me? Dude, ain't no way. Dude, why is it real wild?
Here comes a new challenger.
Otherwise, dude, he just teleported in front of my face and started that. You didn't even see him walk across the screen. Dude, it dropped my combo. Thank you. Can't see him. He jumps because he just appears in the air because he's in connection. They're like, yeah, take this shimmy, bro, and high rollback on Wi-Fi. That's the first one and done today because hell no, I'm not playing in that. tried to drive reversal. I be forgetting how finicky the commands are in this game. And no, I would not pick Bison on Sagat in tournament. Like, what? No. But it'd be annoying, dude. Like, nobody ever wants to play games. They just want to talk about them and watch other people play. And I don't know. I'm just tired of that type of fighting game scene. That's why I call people bracket cheerleaders. You go in this lobby and I'm like, all right, fuck, let's try to get some games in. They just want to play first to 3, first to 1, very short sets. And I'm like, all right, it's more than just like, these games are simple as hell. The player versus player shit is like, there's nothing to think about. They were like, ooh, I'm at a frame advantage, you got to do a reversal. No fucking shit. But it's like, different matches call for different structure and like timing and range understanding and stuff. So it's like, okay, that's where matchups come to play. You don't want to be picking the dumb shit versus, like, this game, Street Fighter, is a very matchup based game. Mortal Kombat, very matchup based game. Like, actually all 2D fighting games are, every game's a matchup based fighting game. All of them. But there is a part where, yeah, you could just kind of pick certain characters and fight everything, but you might not like the strengths that you have to play with in certain matches and whatnot. So that's how I like to approach stuff. It's like, okay, well, I'm definitely not picking fucking Bison versus somebody like Manon or Zangief or Sagat. They can just get their offense going and it's over with. But like, if you use Bison versus like a Shoto, and I'm not talking about Sagat, I'm talking about like where you can, he can keep up with them in like footsies and timing and shit, but also really threaten if they want to try to use a fireball because of the speed of it on startup, and then like his walk speed, stand medium kick, scissor kick and stuff. And also EX Cycle Crusher goes through projectile, but versus Sagat it's harder because Tiger Shot is so fast you don't get the time to be able to just walk around and do that. You got to kind of like play like a more Hail Mary type style. You're not about to just walking Sagat down is basically giving him what he wants. He wants you to do that stupid shit. So as Bison, it's just a no. I don't want to play the match. Because you get on top of me as no meters, is over with. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Sagat can still DP you, and he's got the other reversals, and he does hella damage. Like, you're not about to go damage for damage with Sagat. And that's what Bison's strength is. You got to play to the character's strength. Like, I can beat Sagat with Sim because I can make it harder for him to zone. And he doesn't get in that fast. He has to throw out fucking big-ass tiger knees, and Sim can negate that with his limbs, his fireball, all that stuff, and plus the system. But then, like, say versus Mai, you would be like, well, who the fuck would you use on her? I actually like using Sagat on her because, Dhalsim on her, because Sim can constantly teleport out of the corner and change like where he's standing at, and then for her to beat out his Yoga Flame, she has to do EX Fan. Even if she do Charge Fan, she loses. And then he could like just hit the fan and then hit her. He also just float over it. It's so many ways to challenge her. And she doesn't have like a jump that can avoid his anti-air limbs. kind of like what Jerry be doing. Jerry's a character that gets downplayed a lot. Never fucking forget that bitch won $1 million as the first time. So if you were a character that wins $1 million, you can never be no, unless they straight up gut you. We know how that looks. But yeah, man. Chun-Li player, Viper player. I already know the JP matchup. I'm just gonna pick Jake. I'm just gonna pick Sim on him, no matter what. Just trying to get games, man. Definitely not gonna pick Sim on Yuri. Alright, I definitely need to fight Honda and see what I want to do versus this character.
Another fight is coming your way.
Oh, he dropped his combo. Jump at me, please. I think I'm up to the challenge of being undefeated in Street Fighter EVO Grandmaster. Dude, honestly, I don't really care to go to another EVO. I'm being honest with you. I didn't register for any of the EVOs this year. I don't plan to. When they can let anybody or their mother decide to volunteer the tournament and it's a hell of people who have no competitive integrity, I'm good on going. Much love to the OG EVO staff, people working on it now, but like the volunteers don't really care about nothing competitive. So maybe bringing back brackets and shit, I'm good. They'll ice you in a minute and be like, oh, sorry about that. Well, guess what? We're not going to reimburse you for it. I'm good. Like, how many EVOs you supposed to win? Like, the competitive standard, even like, is super questionable from equipment to everything, man. Yeah, you can turn off PS5s and shit and make it not overheat and all that stuff, but people still having issues. Too much forced kayfabe. And everybody ain't trying to be a professional wrestler. Everybody don't like that shit. We like real competition. I'm sorry. You're not a world champion or whatever, anything if it's scripted. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, I have an EVO 3rd place in Street Fighter 4, the hardest Street Fighter, or one of the hardest Street Fighter games. So I'm like, I don't really have that urge to do that. And the year I didn't do super well in that game, and I got like 45th, I still won an EVO in Mortal Kombat. And all the people who was playing Street Fighter was playing Mortal Kombat at that time. Everybody that's on everybody's Mount Rushmore and shit, because they didn't win in it, they don't even count it for them. They don't even acknowledge that they played the game. But that game had a high power level that people don't want to admit. Like, in my opinion, it matters more to win Fatal Fury than it does to win Street Fighter. Street Fighter's just bigger because it has more scrubs. That's it. People who feel like they can play because they simplified the win conditions. Like, now if you put me in a disadvantaged situation and I'm on defense, I gotta like just, my options are guess. There's no like option that's like a safe proximity option where you can be like, all right, I'm a push block. Why is that? Because they want more players to feel like they're good. In games that were like at high power level back in the day, there was options to stop and punish people for mashing. You couldn't just be like, all right, well, not just punish for mashing, but like, when I say mash, I'm talking about just trying to be offensive without thinking. Like, there was ways to negate that. Now everything is just a forced 50-50 situation. Like, even Mortal Kombat, they said that for MKX, they was dumbing the game down so more people could play. They're on record saying that. But people love to conveniently ignore that. Like, backdash in Mortal Kombat X requires stamina, and you can only do it twice before your character gets tired. And then you just gotta stand there. You have no defensive option. Yeah, Paulo probably couldn't anti-air Kung Lao, but yeah, they were talking about, oh, we stopped the bird allowing stuff. That was everybody that was on the team was complaining about that. Talking about they didn't like it. It was all about fight me. Nobody else could play Kung Lao like me and make people whiff their jumping, their anti-airs. They nerfed the game around playing it, making it easier to fight me, basically. Which is pretty much making the game scrubbier. Making games scrubbier in general. Here, let's make it easy for everybody to do offense. You just gotta dial this screen, and it has a built-in overhead low. Meanwhile, in Mortal Kombat 9, there were no overhead low screens. You had overhead low normals, but they didn't lead to combo, and they were unsafe. Like, and Dave and alright, Dave and P are the type of players that what's name was talking about, Snake Eyes was talking about. Pick a character that's either super broken or has some super broken matchup spread to where you don't even have to think versus good players, and the game plan will win for you. They are those type of players. They're not good at fighting games. They're good at exploiting something that is hard to either fight against. It's not they're exploiting their skill. They're exploiting, hey, I'm using a move that's fully safe from across the screen, has no recovery. Oh, also, this move can't be jumped over, and if you block it, I'm plus on block. Yeah, I'm so good. And also, no character can get in on this or fight against it. That was Kenshi and Freddy in that game. Thankfully, Lau did well versus them, so I could just cook them still. But I had to develop that strategy to beat them too. Nobody else was doing it. Yeah, release Alien is the same thing. Release Aaron Black is the same thing too. Aaron Black had plus on block 50-50. Alien can chip you out from across the screen. I was the only one who kept it 100 for everybody's character strengths and power levels. You see how hypocritical they are. You got Honeybee using the Flash, which is like one of the most broken characters in the game. And in fighting game history, to slow down time and do 50-50s, you can't even challenge. You gotta just stand there and take it. Yeah, exactly. NRS had a lot of modern fighting game characters. And that's how they bridge the gap. Like, look at Cyrax in MK1. All the character needs to do is touch you once, and you're in a set play infinite combo, basically. Where you have, like, maybe a 1 in 4 chance to guess right. And people be like, oh, look at that skill. Because the thing is, they design their games because they want to please a certain player type. Like, they all, I don't know. The people in the FGC have tricked people into thinking that everybody likes set play, everybody likes Marvel vs. Capcom design games. All right, so now that all these tag games are coming out, let's pay attention to the player base, how many people play them, how healthy a player base stays. I'm talking about the Steam charts, the other charts, tournaments. Because all Invincible is like trying to cater to Marvel vs. Capcom and Killer Instinct taste. Like that player taste. That's pretty much what it is. And what person or crowd loves that? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Fatal Fury is the best game out now. No, and look at how many people don't play it. And I'm not saying that as a slight, but I'm saying look at who doesn't play it, but claims they want like some solid fighting game, or claims that they care about balance and all that other stuff. Man, what is Honda, man? Honda's crazy to me. He will be downplaying this character. Like, no matter what version of the game I fight him, he's just crazy. Let me try Bison. Oh. See, this is why I one and done, man. I'd rather just one and done people and always expect I'm going to play one game instead of trying to sit down and actually play somebody in the set, and they give you like a short set and you can't like figure stuff out. Yeah, they would never hop on DOA4 or MK9 or nothing like that. And they ain't even just games I love, it's the games that I actually have like a full understanding of what I want to do and the strategies and stuff. It's not just some, oh, I need to figure out how to deal with this handheld counterplay that they've added to the game. Or like a weird design or something. Because they're going to keep moving the goalposts. Like, they'll be like, oh, well, you didn't win this much money. And it's like, dude, people playing now are making, the average salary is much higher than what Jordan was making. But who they herald as the best? Jordan. Because the wins and the stakes, the prestige, the power levels of who they went up against. Because it's like, all right, what opponents did you beat? What did they do before y'all even fought? Who did they beat? So, you know, you got the Celtics and the Lakers going at it for so many years, right? And then you had them playing against Dr. J, Bill Russell at some point, all the torches that were passed, and you get to see. And then it's like, all right, now Jordan just beat all of these players and then ushered in all of these players, and they still can't, you know, deal with his stuff. Like, look at Michael Jackson, right? They weren't making as much money as they were back then. They still made a lot of money though, but he still has the most Grammys. He's the most streamed digital artist now, and he's dead. He's been gone for years. All music that he made back in the 80s, 70s, 90s is charting higher than other stuff. So that matters. Oh, so in DOA, I play Hayate, Janli, and Genfu. Out of those characters, oh, and Helena. But I didn't play Helena until like later. Well, I always had a Helena, but I didn't like optimize her pretty much until later when I really needed to win with her. But I won EVO with Hayate. Hayate was like upper mid tier. Like almost high tier, maybe. That's the character I won with, to be Hayabusa. And yeah, I used Genfu, but I mean, again, Genfu was higher tier than Hayate, but I didn't want to use Genfu versus Hayabusa. It's a bad matchup. If you do a punch, you get a Zuna. And all Genfu was doing is punches. He didn't have any strong kicks. So, like, you needed that with Hayate. Why I utilized that with him. Yeah. Like, people be talking about Leffen's this or that, but this is how I feel, man. Leffen beats up on player bases who are pretty much mentally ill. And just like, you're using super broken stuff too, acting like you're so good. Like, no, dude, you're not on the level of like a Xiaohai or something. No, it's not. Nuh-uh, that's not what it is. Like, when you got communities driving people to their death, they lose all the prestige when it comes to mentally defeating that group of players. I'm sorry. Like, no, the way they treat people like U2 King, and it's like, no, dog, y'all lose your competitive prestige. Like, we're not even gonna. That game doesn't even matter anymore off of that alone. Sorry. Yeah, it's a wonderful game, but like, yeah, think about who you're playing against. So my EVO top 8 in MK9 just alone was freaking Chris G. And I'm not, this is just players in top 8. Chris G. Jock. Rio. Online Tony. ATL Red, who I haven't seen in a minute. $16-bit. Denzel Terry. Which game is scrubbier than Invincible? Yeah, MK9 Johnny was, dude, you block forward 3 and it's like, all right, time to guess. Oh, you don't have meter to guess? It's over. Block infinite time. And you got to fight people like Jock who have like, well, he wasn't doing a block infinite though. He was doing forward 3, 2, because the forward 3 back through 3 string shit wasn't, I won't say it wasn't known. It wasn't the primary strategy because that string wasn't being used until after the final patch, and they nerfed forward 3-2. So there was no reason to use forward 3-3 back 3 because you had forward 3-2. But yeah, the strategy evolved because it was like, all right, well, now we can't do forward 3-2. We have to do forward 3 and then forward 3 again as a mix-up, and then you mix that up in the string. That's really it. Maxter was godlike. That's what I'm saying. Like, Mortal Kombat 9 specifically, that game's power level was very high. The players that played it, most of the Mount Rushmore that everybody says is the Mount Rushmore, played it. Tokido played it, but I beat him off the game. He said after I beat him in the CEO team tournament, the player level in Mortal Kombat is too high. So he stopped playing that game. And he went to continue playing Marvel and Street Fighter because it was easier for him to win in those games than it was than Mortal Kombat. Think about that. And they used to talk about Kung Lao. Even the second best Kung Lao in MK9 wasn't doing the stuff I was doing. I mean, he would do it, but it was like, yeah, not the same. To the point where he had to try to counterpick me by going to like human Cyrax. But they had to go rewrite the rules, change the game. And that's another thing. They really, people knew, like, yeah, ranked is whatever. Even now, even with rollback, online is still questionable because, like, dude, the game is not moving at full 60 frames per second. If you cannot, like, it's no argument. The games are not running at 60 frames per second in lag, or even in the best connection. You have to be able to see the full animation so you can react to it. That's why gym players can hit people with Crouch Dash 4 online. Like it's a real low. That's funny. People are like, come on, Invincible. I didn't get the game. I don't know if I should get it. Well, if I got on, I would just be cooking people right out the gate. I already know what the fuck to do. If Cecil is unchanged, if Eve is unchanged, and if the robot is unchanged, I will just start cooking people day one. Wait, they did? Well, alright. Yeah, the whole industry, well, not the whole industry, but a lot of, well, I'll just say California doesn't fuck with me. Yep, but you see it. I'm gonna take my girl to see the Mortal Kombat movie, but am I gonna post about it? Probably. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they didn't like that I called out to them. Why are you guys allowing people who you gave a free copy to play in the $10,000 League Trolley Tournament? Like, as soon as I saw somebody got a copy, I was like, all right, let me see if they entered the tournament. They entered the tournament. So you let them get the game ahead of time and make guides for characters just to... I'm pretty sure I'm the best player in that game. Just from when I played the alpha and the beta. Especially the alpha, when I got to use my full team. But I don't need to play their game. Alright, I might just play ranks. Man, I hate the strategy you gotta actually do in this game to beat people. Like, you just gotta, you gotta psych yourself out to beat people. You gotta be like, alright, I'm gonna do drive rush, this move to cut the drive rush short, and it's just like, you can't just be like, no, I'm just gonna hit you. You gotta be deceptive and shit. Hey, there. So he just started off the match losing neutral like that. Like, every time I wake up, you guys just make a commitment. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stand here and block to try to bait you out to doing a reversal or something, and then you don't do it and you grab me, and I'm like, well, I just gave the advantage. I gotta make a power level tier list for different fighting games, or basically like competitive fighting game power level tier list, so people don't get it twisted as to which games had a high power level. But the thing is, certain games do not have high power levels. It's definitely about who actually plays your game, who your competition is. I can understand when the game is new or whatever, but so you gotta build a base sometimes, or there isn't anyone playing the game, so they gotta actually go out and prove that they're good at stuff. But you gotta look at all eras. Like DOA, for example, right? I argue that that game has a high power level. Duh, I played it. But I cannot downplay my competition in that game. Them niggas was good. Master was good despite whatever. And what I mean by that is, like, any history I have with him, as a competitor, he's a very strong player. And as much as people gas up Daigo being the Street Fighter guy, like, my wins in DOA definitely count for like Master in DOA 2 was no joke online. In DOA Ultimate, he won a lot of online. He won like online tournaments, but like a lot of online exhibition stuff and like clan stuff. He was definitely the Hayabusa. He's always been the Hayabusa to beat forever. So beating him, and I ain't just beat him once. I'd never lost to him in DOA 4 in tournament. I lost him in Championship Gaming Series when they decided, hey, we're going to change the rules and have you playing on laggy monitors and stuff. Yeah, of course. But whenever we played on our actual tournament setup, you know, a CRT television where you can react and do stuff. And yeah, CRT television. That's why I said better than the LCD monitors that we got now. Way better response time. But playing him on that as opposed to monitors, and monitors, he could do whatever and get away with like the input delay and stuff on LCD screens, because we would have like 5 frames of lag on regular monitors, but then on and yeah, all this matter, I'll never forget it, because I was arguing for this shit hella. They was trying to talk shit to me for losing in lag. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? So all that shit people be talking now, man, I was one of the first ones on that shit, and they was trying to like downplay me then, saying I was just being a crybaby. But you know how people care about the setup being right? I was one of the first people they paused on with a wireless controller. As much as people talk about that now, like all that shit, once they started changing stuff, I conditioned him to jump at me because I kept doing like head stomp or whatever. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna do an air to air hit you again. So once he air to air me, I saw he kept looking for that, or at least he was looking for it off of that. But sorry, man, I want to play against that character. I want to play against other characters. But yeah, still beating him. Black Mamba, Ninja CW. Offbeat Ninja, especially him. And see, the thing is, people in the fighting community don't fucking respect shit unless it's told to you by New York or California, and they're like, hey guys, guess what? Only Street Fighter history around here in these parts. Any other game doesn't matter. Oh, sometimes Tekken, like, dude. And yes, I'm saying that, and it's gonna sound hypocritical later when I talk about other games and their power levels not mattering, but still, like, two things can be true at the same time. But with DOA, dude, there were some killers pretty much, who also went on to be great in other games. Black Mamba, great Soul Calibur player, great Mortal Kombat player. I mean, yeah, not like winning majors or anything, or get like hella top 8s in MK9, but he got it. He was doing well, and he definitely did hella good in Soul Calibur. He did good in Tekken, I think, sometimes. I know he's playing Street Fighter now, but he's been good at every DOA game. And then you got people like Excalibur Blades, who's a DOA champion, right? And he was really one of the most dominant players in DOA 5. But guess what? That man been winning Blast Blue shit. So their power level, I'm not saying is weak, but it can't be super strong if, you know, he's over there just like cooking people like it's nothing. And I know Finrich and like that other dude, I forgot his name, other Street Fighter player. Damn, I forgot the dude's name. From Japan. They was in the grand finals of Blast Blue at one point, but I'm just saying, like, you're not seeing them going and winning Street Fighter or Tekken because the power level is, and Calibur Blaze is good at every fighting game. I played him in Fatal Fury, he's great in Tekken and all that stuff, but I'm just saying the level, like, look at Ninja Killer, right? How good he is. And yeah, he can win in Tekken, but still, like, at major with international comp is difficult. You know what I'm saying? The power level is tough there. Like, look at Fatal Fury, right? People talk about how good Leffen is, but in Fatal Fury, he was getting cooked. Like, he'll beat people until he fought like that real international people. Like, you can definitely scrub people out with Kine in season 1. But no, he still didn't get anything. Even Sonic was playing Kine and didn't get nothing. I outplaced both of them at Combo Breaker. Like, Snake Eyes is like, yeah, man, Guilty Gear players suck. And then goes wins a major while Potemkin is still low tier. Like, Sonic versus Smug. They literally play multiple long sets in different matchups, including mirror matches. And he lost 35-1. The one time I ever played Smug, well, actually, I played him twice, but he beat me at Combo Breaker last year. No, the year before last year when Akuma came out. But, I mean, I picked a brand new character, too. I didn't even know what the DJ matchup was for Akuma, but at the time, that's who I picked. But, the other time I ever played him, we played, like, Yun versus Smug. I mean, I'm sorry, Dudley. I thought of Dudley and said Smug. Anyway, yeah. I randomly hit him up on Facebook. He was like, hey, man, you want to play? And we just ran, like, a set. But, like, the thing is, like, nobody had the advantage. I was beating him, he was beating me. There was no, like, you know, I'm losing 10-0 or anything like that. So, in games that have, like, real good balancing and like power scaling, you know what I'm saying, power level, what levels or whatever, you can really see how good two players are. It ain't just about, oh well, they just played the bad matchup. And that's, oh, but that's another thing, if you knowingly play a bad matchup, it's going to be bad. Yeah, Chris G is much more consistent than all of them. It ain't just consistency, because he can you know, perform in all skill pools, but he's only like a world champion once. It's good that, you know, you got good versatility and stuff, but getting over the hump, I mean, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? But he's at a, to me, he's higher skilled. I would place him way over them. Man. Ooh, I wanna play versus both of these. I mean, he literally tweeted out, he doesn't like to compete if he knows he can't win. For some reason, people don't mind that. Even look at Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? You see how so many people say the game is dead or whatever, or it's the last whatever? As far as I'm concerned, none of these games are paying out enough to where you could be like, all right, well, yeah, $1 million is cool, but that's one event the whole year for 2 different games. Like, every other tournament is like, they're barely paying out anything. You see this? You see how I try to get games and they get up? Or what happened? Oh, never mind. Like winning in a game like Skullgirls, that's not the same power level as the other games that we mentioned. Like, who are you beating? No, I didn't do that. That's what I'm saying. You see what games I play. Yeah, I want to play in the biggest talent pool, so people can't be making excuses. Dang, I tried to do a scissor kick, it didn't come out when I landed. I must have messed it up. Or that one bar cooking me. Betty thing. The reason Bison, I think, does okay in this match, and I'm not downplaying it, I feel he could win it out, but it's like his damage and also his mobility. I don't know why I was throwing it out. I was just trying to catch him. Yeah, that mentality is in the FGC where they just win by any means necessary, where they count anything, no matter what. Like, they don't be for real about the nitty gritty, you know what I'm saying, of competing. Like, that's why certain people's wins are way more, because you can get stakes. No! Like, you don't see Tokido running from competing. He still be showing up. He's like, I'm just gonna play Street Fighter because it's the biggest game. And then you got people like Goichi, who's like, hey, I'm getting to it. But me just like Tekken, man. I mean, despite whatever Tekken is, I don't think they get enough from their game. Like, when it comes to like Tekken has so much in the game. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying too. No. I only started playing other stuff because DOA basically was dying off, and there was nothing to compete in. And I'm like, why am I going to keep like playing this when there's like no new opponents to play against? I've already beaten everybody. I don't get anything out of beating the same people all the time. Like, I felt the same way in Mortal Kombat. When I won MK9 the first year, I was like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I already didn't like how they was changing stuff, because they had made the game bootier to me. Like, the final version MK9 was whack in comparison to the stuff before they added armor. Man, it's always crazy to me that this character can just stand medium punch, you know, block. Like, they was like, alright, we're gonna give this character plus frames, and we're gonna give this character plus frames. Like, it's a lot easier for her to do stand medium punch to be advantage than it is for me to do back heavy kick, because it moves slower. Man, I hate how this feels as a game. What I mean by that is, like, I'm getting pressured and stuff, and I'm just like, I just got a hard read. If he just read, all right, I'm not gonna do anything, I would have just lost. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it comes down to, do you feel like doing something, or do you not feel like doing something? And then the character can just force, hey, that situation all the time. And then also will stop you from even like hitting them. Like, I gotta fake him out just to watch. Oh, but if you do that, it's over. Oh, overcommitted to jab on my frame advantage. You guess right with parry, it's over. then you get the full ass screen that they can cancel every normal off of with this shit. Oh, oh, oh. You know, they legit could just play like that the whole time, and there's nothing I could do. Like, if they wanted to just sit there and zone, there's nothing I could do to get in. They're only doing it. Dude, it's so hard to actually, like, sit here and try stuff. See, I can sit here and just run through people in ranked off of different matchups on autopilot shit, but if I'm like, all right, I need to make sure I can beat a specific strategy, shit is annoying. No, Sim, here's the issue with the Sim Jury matchup. She has a weird jump arc where when you try to anti-air, your anti-air whiffs and then she hits you. And then she gets in, and then Sim has the same issue as Bison has. It's the exact same issue. She can zone better. All you can do is float, but she can just dash across the screen and hit you before you can even respond. Like, jury players really be trolling with how they play, the way they be beating themselves when they can be lame as hell. There's nothing stopping. Dude, they are so fast. Like the character, but they don't utilize it properly. But the ones that do, like, I don't know, they don't go far in tournament. They probably lose matchups that they shouldn't lose. And the thing is, like, they're just running the autopilot, and the autopilot is that strong. Because you have to play within, like, the system. It's like, oh, well, you gotta parry here, or you don't, you die. But then if you do, you still get grabbed. It's like a forced rock, paper, scissors system where it's like, it's so expected. I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I mean, I know Ken is might be kind of annoying. I don't know if he's still annoying for her, but I haven't really been playing Ken. Like, for me to beat Jury with Sim, the player has to not be doing drive rush, stand medium punch, because you literally can just react to me doing yoga float and do that, and there's nothing he can do about challenging like that. Man, you know what's funny? When I think about it, I remember being at Combo Breaker last year, and that was around Bizarro Mike. I think it was Bizarro Mike. No, not Bizarro Mike. But it's a... His name is Mike... What is it, Berserker Mike? Yeah, him and Rip. And Ryan Hart. I was around both of them, right? Oh, actually, all three of them. And nobody said anything to me about Invincible. I would use Sagat on her. I gotta figure out though, man, fast, because I might probably have to play against her tomorrow. I don't even know. Why you even Sagat hurts. He can fight her with zoning too. And he's got big normals and shit. Damn, I have a 11 game win streak in rank with Sagat. I didn't even know. Yeah, I think I'll just pick him versus her and just same thing with Honda. But I know I don't want to use Sim on her or Honda. Man, you know, I've been up since 5 in the morning and I worked an 8-hour shift and I'm on here playing. Most people be making excuses. Oh shit, his outfit is tight. Yeah, because they just want to be making excuses. Everything's an excuse for not winning. Yeah, playing too much is bad. Like the most important part about playing is letting your brain breathe. So I can fight this really. I won EVO while while I worked at GameStop. Dude, I would, of course, play, but I would go to the club, still go to work. My bad, I'm catching up to what you said.
Here comes a new challenger.
Oh yeah, first one to be a genius. Yeah. I gotta make some more videos. I'll do it soon though. You see that? How she can jump at you, but then keep you in the corner. Akuma used to do that in Street Fighter 4. we're gonna play this match for me having a huge life issue, just to make him start making mistakes, and also can't make mistakes. I'm Sagat. He's gotta play from behind, so. And I'll just keep playing like the match just started. Oh, I'm blocking those. Support me. Yep. Oh my god. That's what I get for not paying attention and talking. If I was paying attention, I would have reacted to that shit. Oh no. And he still lost. You see what I'm saying? I made a mistake, but I mean, it was like, well, you gotta fight from behind. You can afford the mistakes. Yeah, that's cool. Stopping me. Oh, you got unstopper. Oh boy, man, I did a long combo. Yeah, I got the life lead. Now I ain't got it no more. Well, I got it now. I got the win too. Of course. Do something. Yeah, I was just trying to bait. DP? No. That's right, I have to check drive rush. I always remember to check drive rush. What happened? Did my stream crash? Oh, did they quit?
Supreme victory.
Damn. Alright, well, I guess I'll pick Sagat on Jury. If I run into it. Because, dude, it's all mat. And you press this button, you're advantaged. Like, what the? I mean, duh. Or you do this move, you're like, it's, yeah. Well, that solved that today. That's all I was trying to figure out. Like, what character do I want to use on this? Honestly, Sagat is a good option versus everybody. But for some matchups, I feel like I got to be a specialist. Like, versus JP, I'm playing Sin. Versus C Viper, I'm playing Sin. Even though Sagat can win too. Versus Rashid, I like playing Bison because he can EX Psycho Crusher through Tornado's moves. And you do way more damage than he does. So like you can fight him like a Shoto basically. I think Bison does well versus all the Shotos. Not Ken's kind of annoying, but because of Jinrai kicks. But yeah. I think Sagat versus E Honda too. You want to have that damage and firepower. Versus Elena, though, I'm picking Sim. Sim's really annoying for characters who can't, like, they can just stop from skipping neutral, basically. But yeah, most times I was winning the most is when I played the least. I had a real good balance of, like, playing, but also, so, like, you play a lot in the beginning just to get the muscle memory down and, like, the visual recognition and stuff. That's pretty much, I think, what, I mean, Tekken is basically, once you know everything and where to sidestep and you can remember all that shit. But Tekken's a game, you probably got to have a notepad all the damn time. Like, all right, what way do I sidestep versus this character? There's so much stuff to remember. So, like, you got to go into every Tekken fight like it's a boss battle. That's why they only play that shit. It's too much, and now it's like everybody has crazy offense too. Big damage and crazy offense. Every character. But that's the situation that FGC has asked for years, though. You know, when people was like, yeah, we want a game where every character is the strongest or is strong, so nobody can have an excuse for losing because all the characters are strong. Like, people used to say that all the time. I remember. Like, I've seen people cry about so much stuff. They was like, all right, we'll give you what you want. They make everybody play the same. Everybody's got long combos and set play. And hard to stop offense. Because all the counterplay, as far as its defensive strategies, are all also offense. Look at ODDP, offense. You're still attacking. Perfect parry, parry is like a read, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why, to me it feels like offense. Even though it does defense, right? Yeah, MK9 there was a lot of different characters in there. Everybody couldn't play Kung Lao. Everybody couldn't play Sub-Zero. And you see, they dance around reposting that game for us to be able to play and stuff. Yeah, MKXL is fun. Actually, the final version is probably the closest to MK9. But that game didn't have a tournament circuit. So when people say they love MKX, it's never that version. They always talk about the other version. People don't even be, people play this version, but like I'm talking about, it wasn't being played like in droves. Like, it should be a main game. Well, I hope MK13 is a really good game. I will play it if it's good and just, do what I do now. But I don't really plan on entering no tournaments where I know people, like, if you're letting the people that I know who hate on me run the shit, what the hell am I doing playing in it? That's like self-sabotage. Yeah, I'm going to enter your tournament. I know you hate my guts. Like, what? Or you're running a part of running the tournament. No. I'm good. I don't know if you see people talking about would you rather win 6 EVOs or win 4 EVOs and get the 6 and get second? You win 4 EVOs and get second 6 times. They're really saying that the player B who won 4 EVOs but lost 6 of them is better than the 6th player. The player who got 6. And to me, it sounds like the LeBron James Jordan argument, right? Duh, Jordan any day. You won 6 times. You got to the finals 6 times and won. You didn't get to the finals and lose the finals. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. But they want to have this like this new standard, so they don't have to be like, well, I got a bunch of top 8s though, because they want that to count more because it's what they did. Because if they were the ones who won, then we would be having that conversation. But they wasn't. Me, for example, I have a stat that I don't talk about. Never lost the EVO Grand Final. I'm like, if we're just saying EVO, I'm 3 for 3. And I'm counting my DOATEC tournament because that's the tournament I held. And we held that to replace EVO because they didn't want to have DOA there the next year. So all the best players in the world came to my tournament and we played and I won. So I'm 4 for 4. So it's like, I don't know. And we still ain't seen nobody win in a 2D game and also a 3D game at EVO. They might have won like an exhibition tournament or something like that, but they didn't win an official tournament. But yeah, man, I can understand people don't like me for just standing on business about that. It's like, that's what it is. You got to respect that. But they don't want to hear that. You say stuff that rattles the ego. You know, when I think about it, Mortal Kombat's power level shaped around me. For MK9, I was the only player to make it to EVO top 8 every year, and my lowest placing in MK9 was 5th. And if you want to count the fake EVO for MK9, and I don't count this one, is despite somebody saying, "Oh, well, what about DOATEC? You count that?" We all decided, hey, this is that. That MK9 tournament for EVO 2014 was literally a side tournament. They was like, the week of the EVO, everybody's practicing for Injustice for months and shit, right? They announced the week of that EVO, hey, we're going to host it. We want to have an MK9 tournament, because the players who still were in the NRS scene, but they didn't like Injustice, but they just wanted to play, they was like, all right, we're just going to host a tournament because we want to play. Yeah, still, I wanted that three-peat, but they also changed the rules on me. Well, they changed the schedule. It was a one-day tournament instead of it being 2 days, so there was no break period. I thought we was about to have a break period, so I was like, even though I'm sick, I could probably do this. But nope, I ran out of ice. I mean, I ran out. I was on medication too. I just ran out of steam. And that's why I'm not going to their events, man. I'm only going if I make it to something through online. I'm not paying for that. I'm showing up as a professional and they doing this the clubhouse stuff. I don't know, man. I just know I'm happy that I got all my wins. I don't care about losing in Mortal Kombat X in an exhibition. Like, I didn't even like the game like that as I was playing it, or when I was playing it, and I still made it to one of the only 4 players to make it every ESL final. And those EVOs were stupid. Why? All right, so I played versus Rio in EVO 2011. I played versus him at EVO 2012 outside of pools. I played against him in EVO Top 8 in 2013. Why am I playing versus Rio outside of pools in EVO 2015 MKX? What is that? I also had Denzel on my side. I remember seeing the bracket. I was like, "What is this?" So yeah, man, it's just dumb. I plan on doing my own thing though, and people are probably gonna want to play in it because of how I set it up. But it's gonna be tight. I'll talk about it in the Discord a little bit more. But I'm about to get off. I'll be back on tomorrow to play in the World Warrior thing. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't think it's worth it going to any tournament offline for what? Like, yeah, if you live in the area, that's cool. But I don't know, man. I don't even go to locals. I feel like we talked about this, but locals, I would just want to play with people who are serious about improving and playing well, so then you can get good practice. Like, that's the best, when you can just go somewhere and you get really solid practice and you're like, okay. But if you can't get that, and then it's just people lollygagging, not taking things seriously or something like that, it's like, yeah. But when you got a schedule you got to be on, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, yep, I'm about to just waste my time. You want everything to be A1 quality. Like, you go, say you work, right, all day, and you're like, I want to have some nice food, right? Say you want a steak dinner, you try to find the best quality steak you can get, right? Or you cook it yourself. You don't look for no bullshit. So you go get some food, and that food is not up to par, not cooked all the way and stuff. You'll be pissed because you're like, damn, I ain't got time for this. I view every experience that I have like it being like that. But yeah, just wanted to leave with that. I'll be in Discord though.